Is the game South of Midnight really worth its $40 price tag? It's a subjective question, but let's try to break it down objectively by looking at a few key factors: the cost per hour of gameplay and the overall quality according to critics and users. At the end, we'll assign the game a definitive Gaming Gig score and see how it compares to other games we've ranked in the past. South of Midnight is an action-adventure game set in a fictionalized version of the American Deep South, and it has a clay stop-motion aesthetic. It was developed by Compulsion Games and published by Xbox Game Studios. According to HowLongToBeat.com, most people will spend about 11.5 hours with the game, so assuming you only play through once at a purchase price of $39.99, you're essentially paying $3.48 per hour to play this game. Now, if we subtract that cost per hour from 10, it'll give us the game's value score. For this one, it's a 6.52 out of 10. That's only one factor. Now let's talk quality. South of Midnight has garnered generally favorable reviews from critics. The overall consensus is summed up pretty well by GameSpot's review, which reads in part, "South of Midnight's memorable characters, incredible visuals, and catchy soundtrack are so strong that it doesn't really matter that the gameplay is just decent." It currently sits at a 77 on Metacritic. We'll call that a 7.7 out of 10. General consumers are a bit more tough on the game though. This user review from Captiosis more or less summarizes the overall sentiment, saying, "If I were rating this game on artistic design, presentation, and soundtrack, it would easily be a 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, it's not just a movie. It's a game, and the gameplay elements is where the game completely falls apart. The combat is bare bones, and the puzzle platforming is extremely basic." The game currently has a user score of 6.0 out of 10. But with all that data in, we can now calculate South of Midnight's Game and Gig score. The score not only takes into account the quality of the game, but also how much game you get for your money. We calculate this score by simply averaging the critic, user, and value scores. And after running the numbers, South of Midnight gets its GGS a 6.74 out of 10. This is only the third game to be given a GGS, but its score does place it at the bottom of our list below Assassin's Creed Shadows. As for my personal recommendation, Xbox did give me a review code, and at the time of this recording, I'm almost done with the game. I have been enjoying it, but my overall thoughts more or less align with the reviews that we read earlier, so I won't repeat them, but I will point out that this game is on Game Pass, and that's probably where I would recommend playing it if you're interested. It's a very linear, story-driven game, so just by its nature, it doesn't have a whole lot of replay value, even if you really like the game. There's just not a whole lot of point in owning a copy of the game, at least right now when it's priced as high as it will ever be. In my mind, if you want to own a copy, it's probably smarter just to wait until the game goes on sale and you can get it for a fraction of the launch price.